Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be sharing my top favorite clean romance books with you. So I'm gonna have some YA and then historical, Regency, and then just modern rom-coms, and then a fantasy because I just have one. I'm really excited, so let's start. The first book is going to be The Matchbreaker's Summer by Annie Raines. We're starting with YA first. This was such a good book. It's a 5-star book for me personally. If you like the Parent Trap movies or something like that, or It Takes Two, or anything that really has to do with the summer camp, you'll probably like this because it has summer camp settings. It's first love, they're teenagers, and it takes place in a summer camp during just like the summer, and it just has all those vibes, and I honestly really love it. So the cover is so cute and adorable, and the story is honestly so great. I definitely recommend this for like a 12-year-old could read this. Compared to most YAs out there, this is probably one of the cleaner ones. So I definitely love this and definitely recommend. Very wholesome and sweet. So this is the first one. Next is Kisses and Croissants. So we're following our main girl. She's a ballerina going to a summer ballet intensive in Paris, which is so cool. And I really liked reading about that because I'm a dancer, so I know what that is like. So the descriptions of Paris and everything is really cute. It was just such like a good book to read to escape to another place. If you like reading about vacations or touring different countries and just like really being immersed in a different place, I think you really like this. This gave like Monte Carlo movie vibes. If you've seen that, you'll know what I'm talking about, or Lizzie McGuire the movie. So definitely love it, and definitely love the cover too. It's such a cute cover. So definitely recommend this for YA. Probably, yeah, 12-year-olds could read it, but I'd probably say my personal rating would be like 15 and up, just because some content, but overall it was pretty clean. And so definitely give this one a try. Okay, the next round is historical. So I have 2 recommendations for this. My first one is Until Leaves Fall in Paris. This is such a good one, set in World War II. We're following Lucy, and she is also a ballerina. Something happens, and then she ends up owning a bookstore. Really just like tugs at your heartstrings. Everything that they go through in this book is crazy, but I honestly was like really invested, and I love that it's set in 1940 and it's also in Paris. And then the love interest in this is Paul. He's a single dad, so it has that in there. It was just so good. The writing, everything is very gripping, but it really ties everything together in the end, and I really think this is such a good story to read probably during fall. I read it during fall. You can read it whenever you want, but it takes place throughout like the course of a year. It ends in spring. So definitely pick this up if you are into World War II fiction. I definitely think this was a great clean read. My next book is one that is kind of like Beauty and the Beast, retelling loosely a little bit. This is Beyond Ivy Walls by Rachel Fordham, and this was such a good story as well. It takes place in like 1904, so if you want that Gilded Age Victorian era, not so much like the 1940s, then definitely pick this up. This story is so good. We are following Sadie, and she works at a dusting factory, and then lots of stuff happens. So this was also such another gripping story. The romance between them was really great. I really loved this, and the fall vibes in this was really beautiful. It was just a beautiful story. Another 5-star read for me. So definitely recommend this one. We're gonna do Regency next. This one, Mr. Malcolm's List. This is a really fun story. We're following our main character, Selena, and Jeremy Malcolm. And Selena is this girl. She is just a vicar's daughter. And then we have also her best friend who wrote her a letter to come and stay with her. She wants to get back at Malcolm. And Malcolm has this list of 10 different requirements he has for a wife. It was really fun to read about that, and I think also it was fun like the discussion of like having a list of requirements for a future spouse. I think that is very fun like subject. Let's start a discussion in the comments if you have a list of different things that you are looking for. I think it is good to set high expectations, But this was like really funny because it's like Regency era and the guys doing it. It's usually more thought of on the girls' part, where it's like we want to like make a list of stuff for our like we're looking for, but it was really fun to see how this played out, and the story was really funny, and I really love this cover. I think it is so cute, like the ultimate little Regency romance. Another book I have by the same author is Miss Latimoras' Letter. I read this in the summer in 2022. This was such a fun time. I honestly love it. It is set during the summer and they go to Bath. So it follows Sophie. There's a love triangle going on in this story, and she's writing letters to people because she's kind of like a matchmaker of her own. And even though she's a spinster, she's 28 in those days. You're a spinster by that age. Really sad. She's writing letters to people and trying to matchmake people because she thinks that they would be better with certain people. And then like everybody just wants her to write letters, and then she has to match Sir Edmund Winslow. So this is a guy that he cannot find love. He's like, help me find somebody. So there's something going on, and then her old boyfriend or love that comes in also is in the story, and so we're following like her trying to decide who she's gonna be with. Honestly, the tension and the romance was really great. I give it 5 stars. Like, I love it. There's certain scenes in this book where I'm just like, chef's kiss. Honestly, like, I love this book. I want to reread it this year, so I think I will do that. It says, the woman who never made a match of her own is making matches for everyone else in this hilarious Regency era comedy of manners. Definitely pick this up. And then the next Regency romance is going to be An Improbable Season. This is a YA Regency. If you love Regency drama, because like the whole book was so much drama, so much going on, it was like really crazy. And we're following 3 different girls. So we're following 2 sisters, 1 cousin, and basically their season going into the London season, and it's springtime, and we're just like following them, trying to get matches and trying to like find, you know, their next suitor, and it's a crazy time. And there's a second book in this series as well. It's like a duology, I guess. You don't have to read the second book, but there is something that happens at the end of the first one that you'll probably be like, I need to know what happens in the next one. So yeah, I definitely recommend those. And of course, I have to recommend the Queen of Romance herself, Jane Austen. She is a Regency author that was actually living during Regency times, and she wrote really great romantic stories. I definitely love Pride and Prejudice, and I think this edition is so cute. Pride and Prejudice, if you don't know, follows Elizabeth Bennet, and basically she has 4 sisters, and it follows kind of like her life and them going to balls. Her mom is very much trying to get their girls married off and find suitors, and the dad is just like a laid-back character. Honestly, the characters in Jane Austen stories are very well thought, very well written, and I really love the romance in here. So good. If you haven't seen the movie, definitely recommend watching that and then reading this. Enemies to Lovers Blueprint. And then I have Persuasion. Persuasion is not one I don't see talked about enough because it is really great as well. Like, it holds up to Pride and Prejudice, and this edition from Barnes is stunning. Persuasion follows Anne Elliot, and she is sort of a spinster. She's just trying to make it by. We have our main love interest, and he is Captain Wentworth in the Navy, her first love from when she was a teenager. He comes back into this, so basically it's a second chance romance. So yeah, beautiful story. And then if you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie. Definitely like watching the movies to understand a little bit more, because the language in this, you know, is very much that old type of English language that is a little hard to understand sometimes, but if you put enough brain power, you can understand it. So if you want to understand a little bit more, definitely watch the movies, do the whole deep dive. But of course, I had to recommend Jane Austen. Now we're going to dive into the modern day rom-coms. This is Cinder Luna. This book basically follows our main girl, Luna, and she plays video games, like she's a gamer girl. And then we also have Henry. It's a Cinderella retelling, and it's really cute. I honestly really loved it, and I think I gave it about 4 stars. Such a great one. I honestly couldn't recommend it more. It was such a great time. The romance, everything was really great, really well done. I loved reading about gamers in books. It was really fun to read about that, and just how the author made it like a retelling and added some Cinderella elements into the book was really fun to read. And then I also recommend Isabelle and the Beast, the second book in the series. And these are like interconnected standalones, so you don't have to read them in a series, but if you want, you can. It follows Isabelle, and she is a struggling actress trying to make it in Hollywood. And then we have Adam Stone, and he's also an actor, this big time actor, and basically they get a movie deal together, and her dad is her agent. But there's some things that have happened to Adam in his life. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So well done, so cute. I gave this 5 stars. I read it this year. Such a good one. I honestly recommend like reading this during the spring. You'll probably really love it. And yeah, I loved seeing that like that they're both actors. There's like musical references, movie references. I think it was such a cute one. So definitely read the series. I recommend the series. The third book is coming out, and it's gonna be Rapunzel retelling. So I'm excited for that. So moving on, I have How to Plot a Payback by Melissa Ferguson. This is an enemies to lovers. He's holding a grudge against her, following the theme of the last book. She's an actor. He's the screenplay writer for the show that she's in. Think like a Friends style type of show. That's kind of the show that she's the main actress in. He's always writing like pranking, doing crazy things in the scripts that she obviously has to do because she's in the show. They are both British, they're both from England, and then they go to Hollywood to try to make something of themselves. And so we're just following them. It's dual point of view, so we get to see his side and then her side. His name's Finn, her name is Lavender. So we get to see them, and he thinks that she's just like this posh girl that doesn't care about anything except herself. And then she doesn't like, she's like, why is he always so weird? He's always so uptight. So it was a great story. Honestly, after I read it, I was like, I wish there was a sequel. They have dogs, and there's a lot of different fun, cute tropes that are in this besides her being an actress and him being the screenplay writer. The next one is Meet Me in the Margins by Melissa Ferguson as well. This was a really cute book. Think like Hallmark movie, because this definitely had those vibes. It's a more like wintry book, but we're following our main girl, Savannah, and she works for this publishing house. She's just trying to work and do her job, but she's also secretly writing her own book in this little attic in the publishing house. So she's secretly writing her own little novel, and then she leaves it accidentally there, and then she finds that there's stuff scribbled in her margins of her manuscript that she's writing, and she's like, who found my manuscript? So it was just so good trying to like follow her around, trying to get her book published. It was such a cute and funny book. Loved it. And the last rom-com I have is going to be Looking for Leroy. This is about Brina, and she is a teacher, and so her teacher friend, I believe it's the principal, she invites her to like go on this like summer adventure. And so she's like, okay, sure, I never do anything for myself. So she goes on this little adventure, and along the way she starts to reminisce, and then she realizes she's staying at the campsite that she stayed at when she was a little kid, or it's close to that place. And then she remembers this guy that she met a long time ago, and it's like brings back this connection. She's like, oh my gosh, where is that guy? The principal, her friend, is like, oh my gosh, well, we should go and like try to track him down, or like, she's like, no, I don't even remember his name. So like we're just following them go through this whole process. It's really funny. It's just really great. It's set at a vineyard, so if you want that summer vineyard vibe, it was honestly such a great book. Really like had me on the edge of my seat. I wanted to know what was gonna happen and to see if she was gonna find this guy and reconnect and all this stuff. So definitely loved it. It was a great story. I think I gave it 4 stars. Yeah, really good summer vibes. And lastly, I'm gonna recommend one fantasy. So this is Beyond the Filigree Wall by Melissa Wright. So this story basically follows our main girl, Etta, or her full name is Antoinetta, but we call her Etta in the story. And Etta's dream is to be the head marshal of the post on the royal guard. Like that is her main mission in life. So when getting Alexander right here, he thinks that she is not fit for the post because of something that happened, which is really just judging her at this point. So he basically is like, she has to prove that she's ready for this because she's not qualified. She's breaking rules, and he's a very strict by the book guy. She's like, okay, you know what? She cannot believe him. And there's a lot of things that happens in this. There is a curse, there is fae, there is also enemies to lovers. The romance was so good. So much going on in this that was like, wow, I just need to read it and just like eat it up because I could not put it down, honestly. I just couldn't believe all the twists that were happening, and I am so excited to read the second book. Okay guys, so that was crazy. I cannot believe all the books that I just recommended. That was around 15 books. They are some of my favorite 5 stars. A lot of them I've given 5 stars, and I really have highly enjoyed and highly rated. So I love getting to share my little list of different books that are my favorite romance books that I read so far, and I'm sure this list will change as the years go by, and it'll be nice to just kind of look back on this and see what books I really loved during this time of my life. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and comment this emoji if you stayed till the end. You are a real one. And I will have all the book links in the description on my LTK, so you can go and check those out. And don't forget to subscribe for more girly book, fashion, and lifestyle content. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!